All right, let's talk about a question that has haunted technology leaders for decades, and why the way we've been answering it is, well, it's just not working anymore. We're going to jump right in and explore a whole new way of thinking, a framework, really, that's built for today's world. You know this one. For as long as we've been writing code, this has been the question at the heart of every big tech decision. It feels so simple, right? Just two choices. But the stakes are huge. Your answer can define your entire strategy, your budget, and your team's focus for years.
But what if I told you that in today's world, a world of APIs, of cloud platforms, of lightning-fast innovation, build or buy has become the wrong question? In fact, sticking to this old binary choice has turned into a really dangerous strategic trap.
So let's dig into that. Why is this question, which used to be so critical, now a dead end? The simple answer is that the entire landscape has shifted under our feet. The old rules just don't apply anymore, and if you're still playing by them, you're pretty much guaranteed to fall behind.
And the risks are very, very real. You're not just making a suboptimal choice, you're actively harming your business. You're wasting your most precious resource, your engineering talent. You're missing chances to get ahead in the market. And you start accumulating what's called strategic debt. That's when you hand over control of a core part of your business to a vendor, letting their roadmap dictate your future. It's a recipe for stifling innovation.
You know, a big part of the problem is that the word buy doesn't even mean what it used to. The old buy meant getting a giant, monolithic, closed box. It was the end of the line. But the new buy, that's all about open, API-first platforms. It's not the finish line anymore. It's the starting blocks. It's a foundation you can build on.
Okay, so if build versus buy is out, what's in? What should we be asking ourselves instead? The new game requires a fundamental shift in our thinking. We need to move away from just collecting features and start focusing on building a real, lasting competitive advantage.
And that brings us to the core principle of this new framework. It's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Buy for parity, build for advantage. You buy the tools you need just to keep up, to be in the game, but you build the things that will let you win. That's how you dig your competitive moat.
So here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. Your most critical, non-renewable asset is your engineering team's capacity. Every single hour they spend rebuilding a commodity, something like a basic HR system, is a precious hour they are not spending on the one feature that could completely dominate your market.
This all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually apply it? How do you decide what to build and what to buy? Well, let's get practical and look at a tool that can bring some real strategic clarity to this whole process. First, you've got to identify your commodities. These are the table stakes functions. You absolutely have to have them to operate. Things like payroll or your accounting software. But let's be honest, no customer is choosing you over your competitor because of your payroll system. They offer zero unique value. And then, you have the differentiators. This is your magic. This is your secret sauce. It's the unique capability that is hard to copy and directly drives your success. A perfect example? Netflix's recommendation engine. That thing is responsible for over 80% of all the content people stream. That isn't just a feature, it's a true, bona fide differentiator. Now, to make this decision less about gut feeling and more about data, you can use a scoring matrix like this. By rating each part of your business against things like customer impact or market uniqueness, you turn a subjective debate into a strategic, data-driven conversation about where to point your most valuable resources. So once you've sorted your capabilities into those two buckets, commodity and differentiator, you can execute this incredibly powerful hybrid strategy. It's not about building or buying. It's about intelligently combining the two.
It's called the bounded buy strategy, and it's a clear 4-step playbook. Step 1, buy a great platform for all your commodity stuff. Step 2, and this is absolutely crucial, you define a hard boundary using APIs. Think of this as your firewall. It lets you build your unique apps on top of the platform without getting locked in. This ensures that you, not your vendor, own your innovation roadmap.
And trust me, this isn't just theory. The best companies in the world are already doing this. In e-commerce, they buy Shopify for the cart, but they build a custom AI engine. In fintech, they buy Salesforce for the CRM, but they build their own proprietary risk model. The pattern is crystal clear no matter the industry. Buy the foundation, build the skyscraper.
Okay, the strategy is sound, I get it. But what about the money? Does this approach actually pay off? Let's look at the financial case, because frankly, the numbers are just incredibly compelling.
So check this out. This chart shows a fintech company's results over 5 years. That first bar, that's the old way, buying some big all-in-one product. The second bar is the bounded buy strategy. I mean, the results are just staggering. It delivered nearly 8 times the net value. It's not even close.
And this right here is the number that seals the deal. A 181% return on investment. This is the metric that completely changes the conversation with your CFO. You're not just running a cost center anymore, you're leading a value creation engine that's building a real, defensible advantage for the entire business.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. The most important technology question you can ask is not, should we build this or buy this? The real question, the one that will truly define your future success, is this one right here. What is your company's true differentiator?